Hi everyone, my name is Fatima Alvarez, and today I'll be talking to you guys about racism. Racism is the discrimination against a person based on their skin color or their ethnicity. Racism has been a very huge issue that's been going on for a very long time and continues to go on today. In America, there have been many scenarios and situations where white people add on to racism instead of ending it. Ways that they do this is that they use stereotypes and microaggressions, which are commonly used to inhibit racism towards POCs. Another thing is that white supremacists have created these groups that promote violence and hatred and could also lead to discrimination. And finally, white fragility is also a very huge part as to why we can't defeat racism. Um, According to my first reason about stereotypes and microaggressions, there was an article about this Gale opposing viewpoints. They stated that stereotypical thinking can influence a person's speech and behavior, often in unconscious ways. They also state that this is implicit biases, where it influences a person's beliefs, choices, and actions. This could Stereotypes and microaggressions could lead to discriminating one or giving preferential treatment towards one specific racial group. Um, Examples that they use about this is that they state that there have been scenarios as to where a white person clutched their purses or they constantly check their wallet as they see a Latino man passing down the street. Another thing is that they state that a store owner tails a black customer as they shop because they automatically think that they're going to rob their store or they're engaged in a criminal activity because of their skin color. These are all characteristics of racial profiling and discrimination. Going back to my second reason that I stated earlier, is that there was an article that Loretta Ross, she states that in her article, white supremacists are people who use their moral rights to create violence and hatred when they feel threatened or insulted. She says that there have been many various times in the past where they create these groups like the KKK or the Holocaust. She says that they influence people to inhibit this type of behavior, which could be very bad towards POCs. POCs are able to defend themselves against these groups. She also states that these groups and white supremacist groups have are normalized now. It normalizes everyday injustice. Going back to, and finally, for my third reason about this is that white fragility is basically where a white person feels threatened or they feel like it's an insult to them. There was an article that provides an example about this, is that Robert McCartney, he states in his article that there was a scenario and situation where a high school wanted to improve their treatment towards people of color, which were a minority in that high school. They were educating their students about this, and they were trying to tell their students to not be discriminative towards their peers. And after that, many white parents were complaining and protesting about this, saying that they were teaching their white children to feel guilty about them being white, and that they're making them feel that they are racist because they are white. They also were stating that there was no proof that racism was going on in the school, and that there should be absolutely no reason why the school should be even talking to their children about this. He elaborates on this, that this is an example of how white fragility is something that is something that is blocking the way as where we could defeat racism, because white people tend to add on to racism whenever they feel insulted or they feel threatened. They think it's a wrong message, but in reality, we can't get anywhere if we can't educate students about this topic. If white people they make it impossible for people to educate them about this issue. with all these three reasons, basically, these are all reasons as to why white people add on to racism. And this has been going on for a very long time, and they have added on to this over the years, and we can't defeat this. Overall, I believe that any person, any POC, no matter their background, no matter their skin color, their ethnicity, we are all capable of success. We are as capable as a white person is. I believe by educating people and spreading awareness about this issue is that it'll reduce the amount of racism that many POCs experience in this world or in the United States. So I just want to thank you for watching this video and taking the time to hear me about talking about this issue. Thank you.